On Easter weekend of 2020, the sudden disappearance of an elderly woman caused concern among her family. When a nearby relative went to check on her, her absence extended for 2 days with no explanation, causing a great deal of worry. The family came together to figure out what was going on, and what they discovered would forever haunt their lives. Welcome back to the Midnight Investigator. Today, we delve into the case of Luke Fawcett, a charismatic young psychologist. Luke appeared trustworthy to most people, but behind his mask lay a cold-hearted, delusional killer. If you enjoy content like this, please consider subscribing to the Midnight Investigator, where I share solved, unsolved, and strange cases up to twice a week. So, let's dive into the thick of it. Grab a coffee, pull up a seat, and join us as we explore the case of Luke Fawcett. Our story takes place in Perth, Australia, a city known for its unbeatable weather, jaw-dropping beaches, and fantastic work-life culture. Despite a slight decline in recent years, Australia remains highly favourable for immigration due to its modernised cities, warm climate, excellent healthcare system, and vibrant outdoor lifestyle. In particular, Perth, the capital of Western Australia, boasts a population of over 1.4 million residents who call it home. One of these residents was Marie Collins, a 66-year-old woman who was entering her golden years. Marie came from a family of 6 siblings, and she was the youngest along with her brother Wayne Johnson. She was a committed Christian and an active member of the local church community, always ready to help anyone in need. Marie had a knack for fashion and home life, working part-time in a nearby clothing shop. Marie had lived in her top-floor apartment in Washington Gardens, located southeast of Perth city centre on Leonard Street, since her mid-20s. It had become her first and forever home, offering a beautiful view of the city. Over the years, she had experienced many significant moments within those 4 walls, from birthdays and parties to marriage and the untimely death of her husband in 2001. With no children, Marie lived alone, but maintained a rich social life with family and friends. On the day before Easter Sunday, Marie's sudden silence was unusual. She had always been in touch with her friends via mobile phones and computers, but she fell silent, causing concern among her loved ones. Her sister Helen tried to contact her multiple times, but there was no response. The next morning, the family grew even more worried when Marie's brother Wayne also failed to reach her. Helen decided to drive to Marie's apartment to check on her, accompanied by her son-in-law. They discovered that both Helen's and Wayne's cars were on the property, indicating they were present. As they approached Marie's apartment, silence filled the air, and the atmosphere felt unwelcoming. They unlocked the door, but before Helen could enter, her son-in-law and neighbor pulled her back. To their horror, they discovered the body of Wayne Johnson behind a sheet wrapped in yellow rope. They immediately called the police, and it became evident that both Marie and Wayne had been subjected to a violent and tragic situation. The apartment showed signs of struggle, with broken furniture, scattered items, discarded bottles and cans, and blood throughout. Amidst the chaos, the police found a taser, a bread knife, a hunting knife, and a letter opener. Marie had suffered 24 stab wounds, while Wayne had suffered 25 stab wounds along with additional injuries. The killer was no longer present, leaving behind a scene of devastation and heartbreak. Detectives started their investigations, beginning with Marie's family and friends. They found a receipt from a local hardware store in a car parked in the apartment building's car park. The receipt indicated the purchase of blue tarpaulin and yellow rope on the evening of Marie's disappearance. The car belonged to Luke Fawcett, Marie's next-door neighbor, and a 27-year-old psychologist. Luke Fawcett had a relatively clean record, with a few minor convictions but no violent history. He was seen as a successful and welcoming individual, trusted in his field as a psychologist. However, his life had taken a dark turn in 2020. He had been diagnosed with anxiety and depression, experienced panic attacks, and lost motivation in his work. He falsely accused a colleague of sexual misconduct, leading to the revocation of his provisional registration as a psychologist. His girlfriend left him, and he turned to alcohol, marijuana, and antidepressants to cope. Further evidence emerged linking Luke to the murders. Surveillance footage showed him purchasing blue tarpaulin and yellow rope at a local store the day before Marie's disappearance. A neighbor had also witnessed him acting suspiciously outside her apartment, pacing and crying. DNA samples collected at the crime scene matched Luke's DNA, and his blood was found mixed with the victim's blood in Marie's apartment. During the search of Luke's home and car, the police made disturbing discoveries. They found 2 tasers, handcuffs, and notes outlining a checklist for committing crimes. Additionally, they came across a video of Luke menacingly brandishing a taser and knife, claiming it was part of an online role-play scenario and that the notes were related to a video game. Luke's feeble defense of innocence crumbled in the face of overwhelming digital and forensic evidence. In September 2021, he was unequivocally found guilty of the brutal murders of Marie Collins and Wayne Johnson. The court sentenced him to 2 life imprisonment terms, with a minimum of 34 years to be served before being eligible for parole. These convictions were the culmination of a thorough investigation that revealed the true extent of Luke's heinous actions. The evidence painted a chilling picture of a disturbed individual with a propensity for violence and a distorted sense of reality. The court's decision reflected the gravity of his crimes and the immense pain and loss inflicted upon Marie and Wayne's family and friends. Luke's sentencing serves as a reminder of the justice system's commitment to holding perpetrators accountable and seeking closure for the victims' loved ones. May the memory of Marie Collins and Wayne Johnson live on, and may their families find solace and healing in the years to come. Luke's crimes shocked the community, especially considering his profession as a psychologist. The motive behind the murders remains unknown, but it is clear that Luke had been planning them for some time. His actions were characterized by callous indifference and a level of depravity that defies description. The family of Marie and Wayne continues to grapple with the loss and absence of family gatherings. Luke Fawcett will be 61 years old before being considered for release. This senseless and tragic story serves as a reminder of the darkness that can hide behind a seemingly trustworthy facade. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Midnight Investigator as we explore the chilling case of Luke Fawcett. This story reminds us that evil can lurk in unexpected places, even behind the facade of trustworthiness. If you found this video intriguing or learned something new, we would greatly appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more gripping cases like this one. We would also love to hear your thoughts on this case in the comments section below. Did it shock you? Did it make you question the people around you? Let's engage in a discussion and share our perspectives. As we wrap up this video, we want to remind you to take care of each other. Cherish your loved ones and never hesitate to reach out if you need help or support. Evil exists, but so does kindness and compassion. Thank you again for being a part of the Midnight Investigator community. Stay tuned for more intriguing cases, solved mysteries, and strange stories. Until next time, remember to stay vigilant, stay curious, and stay safe. Goodbye.